Hi, Josh. You've told me this was going to be fun. So if it's not fun, I'm going to let you know. No, I just want to tell you a little bit about my life. Excuse me. It started in 1935, September 26, 1935. I was born in the house that my parents lived in out on the farm in Kansas. And the doctor had to come out from Abilene, the town that's nearest to us. And it was it was a rainy day, and the roads were bad, and he couldn't get his car up to the house. So my dad got the tractor out and went up and picked it up to the doctor. Anyway, they didn't ever tell me how long it took for me to come, but I probably took my time. um, that was the house I lived in. I had two older brothers, and so my parents were very happy to see a girl, and they named me Eloise Ardith, which I thought was a terrible name, and I still think it's so great of a name, the Ardith part anyway. But I used to say that to my mother, and I think I hurt her feelings because I'd say I didn't like my name. Okay, what's next? Let me think.
Fine. Yep.
Let me think a bit.
Yep.
Okay, and you'll just take this.
Yeah, I'll just take it out.
You'll just take this
Yep.
out.
So
Okay.
Yeah, you can take as much time as you want.
I guess I'm going to skip from there to school, the first school I went to, which was about a mile away from our home. And of course, I had to walk to and from school every day, and rain or sleet or whatever. And it was a one-room school, and if we had a big enrollment that year, it was about 10 kids. So you can see it was a pretty small little thing. Our school teachers, most of them had finished high school 1 year before that, and they took a course in teaching school. And so sometimes we had really fun teachers, and sometimes we didn't learn very much, but we did have a lot of fun. They'd read stories to us, but we did have some very good teachers too. But I missed out on the math courses all the way through, and Grandpa will attest to that. So I went 8 years in that school, and then it was high school that was to come up next. And many of the kids in our neighborhood didn't go to Abilene High School. They got on a bus, they went through the town of Abilene, and they went on to Chapman because they said country kids, which is what I was. Country kids just couldn't make it in Abilene High School. Nobody would like them. And so my dad said, my kids are going to go to Abilene High School. They'll make it. And so my two older brothers had gone there, and they had done just fine. My older brother actually won a national award for a speech he gave about farmers. And my next brother, I don't think he got any awards for things like that, but he played football. And then I came along, and I joined everything I could join. I got to know everybody. I ran with I was friends with, it sounds a little better. I was friends with, probably 8 girls. And we did a lot of things together. And they were mostly girls from out in the country, not so much girls that were in the town. But I did okay in high school. My senior year, I was nominated and I won football queen. So, I think Abilene High School treated me pretty well. The year that I graduated from Abilene High School was the year that Dwight Eisenhower was elected president of the United States. And we got the whole day off to snake dance through town, and Life magazine took pictures of us, and it was a great day in Abilene. So that steered my political interest, which I have to today, if you ever want to know about it. I don't talk about it a lot, but if you want to know, I'll tell you. Okay? Now, what's next? When I graduated from high school, my parents did not have the money to send me to college, so I didn't really even think about going to college. And I got a job in the bank, and I really liked that job. I guess I've always liked handling the money. But after 1 year of working in the bank, I could see it that job wasn't going anywhere. And out of the blue, a couple from friends of mine who had gone to Kansas Bible Camp asked me if I would like to come to Kansas City and stay in their home and go with their daughter to junior college. Well, this was something really out of the blue, and I said yes. And so I had 2 years at junior college, and I graduated with I graduated in things in what's the word I want? No, well, yes, I took a special course in medical, taking dictation and medical dictation, so which actually ended up helping me get a very good job when I went to Emmaus Bible School. But I loved what I was doing in the course in Kansas City, and I had a business teacher who took a real interest in me. She knew I didn't have any money, and so she got me a job in the school library, and then she also got me a job in the Kansas City library on Saturdays. I hated that job. It was just filing, and I hated it, but I loved I loved getting to know everybody in the library, and that part, I really liked the job there. So I graduated from college there, and with a degree under degree, 2-year degree. And then I was going to go back to Kansas and get a job. And one day I was scrubbing the floor in the farm, in the kitchen, and I said to my mother, I'm not going to be happy out here finding a job with some doctor. Yes, I had the ability to work for a doctor. I'm just not going to be happy. And my mother, with her very practical way of looking at things, said, well, if you're not going to be happy, then don't do it. And so from then on, I started thinking of things I should do, and I could think back to a friend in Kansas City who had said to me, you know, Eloise, when you finish school here, you should go up to Emmaus Bible School and do a 1-year program in Emmaus Bible School. Well, I didn't think that sounded very exciting. So I had kind of put it out of my mind, but when my mother told me, if you don't want to work here, do something you're going to enjoy. So I started thinking about that, and I got my the Bible camp I went to every summer. The director of that, I asked him if he would write me a letter to Emmaus Bible School. He was such a title guy, but he was really a nice guy. But he didn't believe in Bible schools. He was, a Christian, but he didn't believe in Bible schools. You're supposed to learn that in your church. And finally he said, I'll write you a letter. I'll write you a good letter. And so I got in, and that was the next stop, was Emmaus Bible School. And shall I stop there?
Yeah, you can stop.